moves in this position, well, in particular, okay, rook a8. So here, the rook h8 was not strictly necessary. I could just check from here for this pawn race. Now here, the next critical moment was that I really thought I had to cover e6, but I didn't have to cover e6. I could throw in rook h7 check here and allow king e6 because of knight c5. It's funny, I looked at this engine tournament game of Austin's recently, my good friend, do you remember that game? And I was surprised at how many of the attacking moves were related or accelerated with specific details of the position of the opponent's pieces. So this idea of optimization, of not losing too many moves, of using the specific details of the position to optimize and accelerate your strategic plan. The strategic plan is fairly clear, and there's only one. It's not really to make the black king, although that could be a bonus, to try and get this pawn going before these two guys. With a very clear strategic plan, optimization, I think, needs to be a top priority, and rook h7 is the optimal route here for that queen, for that potential passed pawn to become a queen. So knight takes g5, I just threw it all away with knight takes g5. That was the last critical blunder. I hope there's something in this game about passed pawn races. Let's quickly look at that in overview and summary. I would hope one day I'm going to get good at these pawn races and I would have good news to share with you. But coincidentally, a few weeks ago there was a 30-minute game where I had a piece down. I was down to 3 minutes in a 30-minute game in one of the cups in one of the leagues, and I had the passed pawns and I won. It's sometimes very difficult, to be fair, when faced with connected passed pawns. You do have to like play accurately if you have got your own passed pawns, not to just be overrun by them. There were some neat little tactical ideas in this game, which he sidestepped the queen g6 pretty mate. So he reached this endgame, which I started to outplay him. I managed to gain possession of the d file, believe it or not, and get a huge bishop on d5 because of his c5 move. Because of his g5 move later, he also gave me f5. So positioning, I think this wasn't such a brilliant hot performance at the moment from black. And then, you know, I get a very important e5 pawn. Okay, but it's just the passed pawn race. I just completely messed this up. Okay, with still a correct decision here, I believe, though, to take on a4, to give the opponent these two passed pawns rather than try and stop the pawns being connected, because this would be a very tied down position if I'd played c4. You know, the knight and king, you know, the knight's sort of trapped because it's protecting the pawn, the king's kind of cut off because of rook b2 and then a2, so that would be a very difficult position. So what I played simplified. It's just here, optimization, rook a6. Here, optimization with just check on h7 immediately, forgetting about king e6. The king has to be driven back. So comments or questions on YouTube. Hope you have better luck than me in your over the board season if you play over the board. Thanks very much.